Hey Levy Wonders, Lady Etheria. Guess what? It's day 21. We made it to the end of the Get the Flow Out Challenge 2020, sponsored by Flow Toys, Dark Monk, and Dirt Gear. So today's challenge was teach you guys a trick. I thought I would share Steve's with you. So I'll show you guys that trick, and again, usually with the Levy wand, we actually do a half Steve, not a full Steve, but we'll talk about both. So here is the half Steve. Okay, so a couple of things with this. As most contact Levy moves come from contact staff, this one does also. The full Steve move, if we were to wind our string up, actually starts in the opposite hand and wraps around the arm, slides down, comes around, and comes out the other side. But as you guys know, we have a string, so this one gets complicated for anything that we have to twist, because now my string's caught. This is why we usually do a half Steve. So to teach this one, I usually have people put the wand in their offhand from their string hand, and then lay the wand on their offhand shoulder with the string behind their neck. Okay? So, this one, I have the pink end as the bottom of my wand and the blue as the top. So typically when you would go into this, this is how this is going to land, but it honestly does not matter. We're just gonna have different end colors so you guys can kind of tell what's happening. So from this position, and you do want to keep this kind of taut, right? You want this sort of balanced in the center of your shoulder, so this could kind of hang out here more or less. And then you're going to take the back side of your hand and place it on the inside of the wand. And then we're going to push this while we pull the string, and the other end of the wand comes to the other shoulder in the front. This is really important to get this trick. So now if you notice, the blue end, or my top, is on this shoulder and facing completely forward. So one more time, placing that on our opposite shoulder. Here's the bottom of the wand. Pull your string, push at the same time to guide it till it gets all the way on this shoulder. Then the second part of this is going to be opening up this hand, and it's going to kind of bounce depending on how long your string is. Mine's, as you guys might be able to see, pretty short here. So it's gonna kind of roll and bounce out to my hand. And you can drill both of these in those separate pieces, which I highly encourage you doing. So get used to top of the wand all the way around to this shoulder, and use that second hand to get used to guiding this until you're ready to do it. Then from this position, again, it's going to be sitting on this shoulder, and it's going to open that hand and come out to the end. All right? It will wind all up in a kerfunkled mess, and I have tons of ways to get out of that, but for right now, just that Steve bit. How you get into this trick, the easiest way is use, which anyone who's taken my class knows I suggest drilling these like crazy. You're just making a smiley face or a U shape. And that is the easiest way to get into this. Since then it's going to be from your string arm, lifting up, and you're going to step forward and basically set the wand on your shoulder, pulling your string behind your head as you set that there. From here, I actually will pause here sometimes because this is a lovely place to dance in. And of course, to exit, you can do that whenever you want. It's just going to be pushing again with that outside of your hand around to the other side and rolls open. Notes on this that usually start to have people fail right here is they'll immediately try and drop their hand down and then it falls off. Keep your arm pretty level. You want to give it a path to travel to. So you want to have your arm ever so slightly below your shoulder or about shoulder height as you open that hand. Don't drop it here, it's gonna fall off funky. So keeping that up and open, and it's gonna fall out. I also notice this one tends to go in a circle towards my offhand, so if you travel that a little bit and swing your arm ever so slightly as it's traveling that way, it does make it easier to grab. It's also kind of a nice showy finish. So one more time for you guys. We're going to land on that shoulder, stay here for a minute, spin out, catching that hand. I'm Lady Etheria. Thank you guys so much. And thank you again for Chad at Dark Monk, for Christina at Dirt Gear, and of course Shauna Prisna at Flow Toys for sponsoring this year's Get the Flow Out Challenge. I know I had a blast and pushed me in ways that I didn't expect. So until next year, we'll see you guys later.